welcome back everyone, I am Evil Tim, and this is Let's Play Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. So let's get to playing it. We're off to the Outer Wall today as Cornell. The Outer Wall is a filler level, it's extremely short and has a ridiculously easy boss, so let's get to it. We're not going to close this book all the way, because the top pages tell Dracula how to be naughty, so we're going to allow them to be ruined by the weather so that he doesn't know how anymore. We're not going to smash that, but there's nothing in it, because we picked that up right before we saved last time, so it saved that it wasn't there. We've got a couple of these useless torches here. That one would drop whatever was in it down a hole, even if it did have anything in it, but it doesn't, so it can't. Right, now this thing here is one of the 3 axes in this level. We're not going to pick up any of them because we're going to pick up the 2 crosses in the level instead. And here's a recurring motif in this level. Where do we go? It's a mystery. No, it's not. We just have to turn around. Yeah, it's a recurring theme of putting the platforms that we actually have to jump on behind us. For no really good reason, it just wastes a bit of time while we try and get our bearings and figure out where the hell we're going. There is a second recurring theme in this level, also a matter of wasting time, shimmying platforms. This one takes 22 seconds to go across, so I am mercifully going to cut all that bullshit out, largely because I'm not going to comment on him shimmying along and going, That's not 20 seconds worth of entertainment. No, it's not. So we're going to smash a couple of these things again, just to show that we can, to show our power. We will not allow masonry to keep us down a minute longer. So up we go on the weird little lift, and then we will save our game. Yes, there's a save point already. I really don't know what in the last section would have threatened us to that extent. Maybe there is an invisible gorilla of death. That little platform there is obviously going to become important later, so we are going to ignore it for now, because it's not important yet. But it has a different texture, so it must be important. So we smash this, and we will get ourselves a sun card. We smash the other one, and we get the second X for this stage already. Dear Lord, they're handing these things out like candy. So let's go through the door of Lego brick in order to hide from that axe. In this room, only the penitent man shall pass. Well, penitent or unbelievably clumsy, one or the other. Let's go for the second. As you can see, once again, this is an apparently lethal hazard that actually does sod all damage, so we really don't have to worry about it at all. Which is fortunate. Now, the way you're actually supposed to dodge these when you're not being useless is slide under them, like so. Yes, there's a use for the slide move at last. It's fantastic and wondrous and marvellous and causes rounds of applause to come from the audience. Yes, it does. You're applauding. I know you are. So we'll pull ourselves up onto there, and we can now turn around. And up here we have the way forward again. We pull ourselves up there, and we jump over there. And once again we have another counterintuitive little switch back here, because every bone in your body will be telling you should just continue over this rooftop. Now, over here is something I missed. If you jump over those 2 weird little arches, you can get yourself a healing kit, but I hadn't bothered to check game facts before I did this, and so I didn't know that. Not that it would really have been worth getting anyway. So actually the way we're supposed to go is here. This leads to a key which unlocks the door that's down there. It's called the wall key, but it unlocks a door, so more misnamed keys, misnamed key fans. This one's for you. Right, here we go. So we've got the wall key, and we will now go and use it on a door. Right, down there, and over this roof, and then we must continue. Now, the boss of this stage is actually a harpy. Harpies are a classic Castlevania enemy, first appearing in the shit arcade game Haunted Castle. But usually they are a staple enemy rather than bosses, so I guess they just ran out of boss ideas or something. Once again, they appeared in Rondo of Blood like pretty much everything else that appears in the N64 Castlevania games, so that's to be expected, and we have used the wall key. This will bring us to a little lift which will take us down and then position the camera in completely the wrong place, which is glorious considering it's an automatic camera view. Here we go, it's behind us. Whoa, shit, now it's in front of us. Yeah, that's where it needed to be the whole time, but never mind. Alright, so these don't have anything in them either, but I have not yet memorized which ones do and which ones don't, so I apologize for all the random smashity which will proceed from this. As you can see down there, that is the entrance, which is where we came in, and there's another one of these bloody shimmying things, so let's cut that one out as well. There we go. We are now at a night card in here, a moon card rather, so we can't pick that up because we've already got a full set of them, which will be handy later, and got these silly moving blocks down here, so to hell with it, let's just drop down and break our legs. That saves us a shimmying section, and it saves us jumping down all these moving blocks as well, so it's pretty much worth the roast beef it takes to heal yourself afterwards. Just make sure you don't jump, otherwise you'll probably die. So, we have now healed ourselves, and we will continue forth to pick up our first cross, which is in one of these little thingies by the door over here, you see. There we go. splat, and we pick up the cross. This other one has some money in it, which is marvellous. You see, this level consists mostly of recycled textures, and mostly consists of really bad or time-wasting ideas as well. It's fairly obvious filler, although it's not quite as blatant about its time-wasting as the next level is. This is a room of rolling boulder. Now that we've had one thing nicked from Indiana Jones, let's have another one too. And I really don't get this room. Not only are the camera angles here absolutely atrocious, but also I don't understand how the hell you're meant to get past the boulder spawning section here without taking damage, because it seems like the next one comes out before you've really had a chance to get around the previous one. I really don't get it. I'm sure somebody in the thread's going to claim that they know how to get around it without taking a hit, but I'm still going to proclaim it impossible. There we go, I have made an unequivocal statement of fact. Right, we've got our third axe there, which is good if we were collecting axes, but is bad for us because we're not. So we'll smash those out of Angorous Fury, and then we'll make our way around here. Now this is some more of those slidey in and out platforms, which are obviously a key component of any castle's outer wall. And what would it be without them? You couldn't do anything really, could you? You've got a misplaced texture there, and we will then jump across here once these platforms have come back out again. They're very good for invasion forces because it only allows them to invade you intermittently, a soldier at a time, which would then allow the rolling boulder trap to defeat them with greater ease, you see. It all makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect, crystal clear sense. And now I have no words. Yes, we've got roof saws. I have no idea precisely what these are supposed to do, but they're obviously very happy doing it, so we'll just leave them be and jump around them. Except that we'll screw it up and slide down there and for some reason not take damage. So all you have to do then is just run back along and start again, which we did, so we are not going to depict that. So we just pull ourselves up onto this last one. There's a nice little glitch here which lets us stand on nothing in particular and pull ourselves up onto there. Right, so let's get to fighting the Harpy then. First we've got to run across this foggy platform of time wasted-y. And then we have some more red jewels. I don't know why the hell this stage is full of so many red jewels. There's no enemies in it. The only thing we have to fight in the whole stage is the boss. So how the hell would we be using sub-weapon ammo? It's a mystery. It really is. But I can't believe that the designers of this game would do something stupid, so I guess there must be a good reason for it, and we're just not clever enough to spot it. Perhaps this tower's being circled by an immense invisible dragon, and were we to defeat it we would win the world. But let's climb into this Dracula teacup ride, and make our way over here to the platform, where we will fight the Harpy, which they have for some reason confused with a Cephalian bird, because it throws feathers at us, you see. And here it is, with a round shadow. I'm not quite sure this thing would have a round shadow. Yes, it's Meta Ridley. She just sort of swoops around uselessly for a while, twiddling her feet, and then she swoops in and... and then sits in front of us for an entirely too long time. Anyway, yes, this is the part when they realise that they might not have told you how the lock-on function works, and apparently it's so worthless that we can get 5 stages without knowing. We just threw 4 crosses at her in a row, so she's pretty much dead. There's another one, now she's dead. We killed her so fast that she's actually still in her red hit thing in the death sequence, which she's not supposed to be. So she blood splodes with a fire and falls down on her head, and it really just isn't her day, because after all that she then catches fire. As you do. So that was the Harpy. It might as well have been a regular enemy for all the damage it took. And we are now on top of this weird little area of the castle that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We've got the rest of the castle's lost in fog over there. So where do you think we are then? Well, let's jump down here and find out. Into the square hole. When we look up, it is in fact a circular hole with a grating on top of it, but never mind, it's this room. Yeah, that's about the most manufactured reason I could possibly think of to get us in here, but in here we are, so let's continue, because we've already had the cutscene for that section, we don't have another. Right, this is Art Tower. It replaces Castle Centre. It's much, much worse designed than Castle Centre, and you're about to see why, because we're going to have a brief walk around it before we leave this area. Okay. Time of day doors. All of the doors in this area, except that one, are time of day doors. There you go, door marked Art Tower, door 1. It is locked. We had to find a key for it, which is behind the door over there that we just looked at. And we've got a moon door there. So, what do you think is behind these time of day doors? More time of day doors. Marvellous. Right, I have been Evil Tim, and this has been Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. All of you go have fun now.